is a lot of work. Try running the U.S. one state at a time. Lucinda shares her latest two adventures from Oklahoma to North Dakota. Please welcome Lucinda McNeil.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmasters, our welcome guests. The latest two adventures that I've had give me a total of 19 states. That's right, folks.
Wow.
The 50 States Half Marathon Club came into my life back in 2009. And a lot of my family and my friends and Toastmasters know that I've been doing this. But it wasn't until January that we were talking to my Uncle Jim on the phone, and he said, you know, Lucinda, there's this run. It's a memorial run in Oklahoma City. And it's in the end of April sometime. I don't know exactly when, but you should really come to Oklahoma City and see me. And I said, okay, Uncle Jim, we'll plan that and we'll do that. So we hung up, and next thing you know, it's April 25th and we're on an airplane to Oklahoma City. I found out that Mary Ann's actually from Oklahoma, and along the way, we arrived, and Uncle Jim is just a character. First of all, he's a hoot and a holler. He is spontaneous. He has his medical marijuana card. He is a hoot and a holler. Need I say more? So we get there. He didn't tell us where he was going to pick us up, but he did pick us up, and he proceeds to tour us around the downtown area and says, he dumps us out of the car literally and says, there's a memorial over there, go see it. So we do. We get over there, and my sister-in-law Sandy, my mother-in-law Nancy, my husband Alan, and I, all four of us, go into this grassy area. It's probably 4 football fields long, and there are these chairs set up. They're metal chairs, and they sit about this high. They have a little back on them. And in front of each chair is a person's name. And what struck me immediately was how many of the chairs were kind of close together, and there were common names. There were 3 Andersons in a row. And then there'd be another row, and there'd be 2 people together, like a husband and wife. And then there'd be another set of chairs of people together, and it didn't register for me right away. Like, why are the chairs arranged like this? And why are there so many chairs? There were 168 chairs. And they're arranged that way because they're in the rows of the federal building. Because what this run is all about is to remember April 19th, 1995, when the federal building in Oklahoma City was bombed. You might remember the name Timothy McVeigh the way that I remember the name Timothy McVeigh, the tyrant who actually took the Ryder truck and parked it in front of the federal building, and between 9:01, which is the beginning of the walk, and then 9:03, they have this giant memorial on the wall, and engraved it says 9:01. And on the other side of the memorial it says 9:03. And you find out when you tour the museum that at 9:02, that's when the bomb went off. And that's when a big hole was made in the federal building. And all those people's lives were lost and changed. As I'm running along on Sunday morning, all of their faces are there. All of their names are there. 168 names of people became people to me. It was a very emotional run. As you're passing, what you think are all adults. And then you see the pictures of the children. The children who were left in the daycare center that morning. The babies who lost their lives. So maybe I was running for fun until Oklahoma City. But that one really, really affected me. because it was April 19th. It was pre-2001. Did we not learn in 1995 what we needed to learn by 2001? Are we still learning? Because this is a run to remember, the 24th year that they've done this run, to make sure that we treat each other with kindness. And in Oklahoma City, everywhere we went, people were so nice. They stopped and they would say hello. And they stopped and they would ask, where are you going? And they would give you directions. They weren't too busy in their own lives to give us the time of day, to serve us our food, and to be kind to us. I think that run will affect me the rest of my life. And then 2 weeks later, I jumped on board to go to North Dakota. Wow, I don't know, has anybody else been to Fargo, North Dakota? Yeah, I know there's a movie about it. But from the moment you get off the plane and see people like Moto and David, who knew that I was going to be waiting in the lobby, and there's Moto and David because David's from Fargo, North Dakota. Who knew? Oh my gosh. So Fargo was another run that really had a lot of meaning to me because it's a smaller town, but the people, the way they carry themselves is the way I want to carry myself. I have the time of day for you, Tim. I'm not so busy that I have to get to my appointments. And that's what I'm learning from being in the 50 States Half Marathon Club, is these runs are not just for me to stay healthy. These runs are good for my emotional well-being. I'm learning about every state in the country. Haven't been to Kansas yet, but I'm on my way, and who knows what lies ahead if I'm going to learn more about events like Oklahoma City and towns like Fargo that are definitely worth your time, worth visiting. Onward and upward to state number 20, which is probably going to be Missouri. I don't know about Missouri yet. I don't know. But the discovery is absolutely amazing. And the journey, I'm enjoying the journey. Come run with me, the USA!